The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown.
Do you ever feel like you're being watched? Do you believe in cryptids? Have you ever seen one?
Supernatural or cryptid? What is it? On his Brandon's phone. Oh, what's that?
Have you ever had an experience with something unidentifiable?
Are you afraid to tell your story?
Don't be. So we're here to listen.
We are the Southern Appalachia Sasquatch Sinkers.
There we go. Hey guys, trying to get everybody on. We've got a lot of people to put on and some pictures to take care of and stuff tonight. So be patient with us. We got feedback. Is your volume down?
My volume's all the way down.
Okay, we got that taken care of. All right, welcome. We've got how many people got in there? Do you see the total?
I do not.
Welcome everybody in chat. Thank you for joining us. We've got some great guests tonight. We're going to we'll go ahead and bring the two in. We're waiting on the third one. I think she's going to be able to get on, and we thought she wasn't, but we're going to go ahead and bring the two in that I know everybody knows. So. We got Ken and Pyro with us.
Hey guys.
Can y'all hear us?
I can hear you.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
They're not muted.
Uh-oh.
See, I
can hear Ken.
Hold on a minute.
Backstage, I can hear him.
Can y'all hear me?
We can't hear anything you're saying. And when I had my volume up, it was I was getting feedback.
I don't know if you got it on the show, Shelly. I've never seen it. What? Nothing, just go ahead.
And unmute. Well, I can't get any volume, guys. Just a minute. When I had my volume up on the computer, it was giving me feedback. And Pyro, Ken, say something.
Something.
I'm afraid.
I can hear you on my TV, but you're just delayed.
That's we're getting feedback because of the volume on. Turn the TV off. Yeah. Is that better now? No, somebody still got their something on.
Click the bigger picture and it will fit in. Sure. Just to say, click the picture and it will fit it in. I don't know. Somebody's got something going.
Mute us individually and see who it is.
Is your volume on?
No, my volume's out.
Well, I'm the only one with the volume on, so I can hear you guys. And is it feeding back now?
Didn't hear it that time.
I didn't either. But if I turn it up, it starts a little bit.
It's maybe your phone back to the speakers of the computer.
Let me see. There's so much to fix it anymore.
Yeah.
Is that better? Is that better? Still got some feedback a little bit. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's still there.
Is Missy send a text or anything?
It's right there.
Trying to get my live chat on so I can see it. Oh, you got to sign in and subscribe to it. That's
We're not having picture problems. We're having sound problems.
I guess
You
I'm
don't
not
have
built.
Facebook. Do you have Facebook open, Sherry?
I'm not supposed to, let me make sure nothing's open, but I don't think I had.
Sorry, guys.
Hold on.
Bear with us.
No, this is all I have open.
Is it
You don't
better
have
now?
it. Yeah.
What in the world?
Anybody in the audience giving us any advice?
Turn my speaker down here. Hang on.
It's a TV or a computer going. That's what Missy says.
Pyro is-
When I talk, does it give feedback when I talk?
No.
No.
You got the volume down on your phone?
Everything's turned off.
I don't know what it is.
It's off. It's all off.
Okay, still got it? Y'all say something on screen and
Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you, but I'm giving a feedback. I don't know why.
Just when you talk. Yeah.
Yes.
Pyro's got a little bit of feedback now.
It's not good on our side.
Sometimes when your speakers are
That shouldn't be it, Dawn. Okay. Shouldn't be it, Dawn. It's a second time, maybe the third time. It's a second time, maybe the third time we won't have any problems. Yeah.
we may have to start another, turn it off and start back over.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna take one out at a time and see if I can hear what's going on. Where is he at? There's Brenda. Hi, Brenda.
Hello.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Will you talk, please, and see if we can get any feedback from you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you turn yours up just a little bit? We can't hear you very well.
Hello.
You're still really low.
Okay,
I
hold
can
on.
hear her fine.
Am
I
I
can hear
feeding back now?
Yep.
I didn't hear it. A little bit.
Yeah. Brenda's coming through phone clear on my phone. I'm not sure about the TV though.
Okay.
Do you have the sound turned up on your phone? I'm gonna turn my phone completely off. I don't think it's mine, but I'll just turn it off.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you well.
Okay.
I have the volume turned on my end because of my sound, and I don't know what's causing it. There's a TV on in the living room, but not in here.
You might have to get those professional earphones like Roger.
I've got some earphones. I'll put them on and see if it helps.
Misty, I don't know what'd be my computer. The last show we were like this, same setup. Didn't do that.
No. Okay, let's see if it's happening now. Am I feeding back? I can't hear you guys.
Sounds good.
Can you hear me? You sound good.
Okay, I hear Ken and Pyro. Brenda,
Hello.
I hear you. Donna,
Wait a minute.
I think that's gonna fix it. Donna's checking hers.
Donna
Did you hear
sounds
that?
good.
I'm looking
Sherry
for
just
the
got a
mic.
little bit of reverb in hers.
She thinks it's
but
the
not-
mic. I can't hear them now.
Yeah,
I can't hear them now. All I can hear
Hello.
is what's
Oh.
going on right here. Yeah.
Yeah, since I put the headphones on, she's gonna have to. I'm getting a feedback from somewhere. I don't know what it is. Just
I'm gonna set this in another room just a minute and see.
okay. She's gonna take the other computer out and see if that's the problem. Sorry, everybody. We'll get it together here in a minute. Okay, Donna's out. Are you still getting feedback on me now?
No. You sound
Okay.
clear.
I'm going to have her come back in and I'll turn my sound up and turn her sound off. I think it may be that.
I can't
still
hear
a little
you.
bit something. You can't hear me? Brenda? Maybe Brenda's. I can't hear her.
I can hear.
Oh, that's weird. I can hear you guys, but I can't hear her. Brenda, can you go out and come right back in? Because I can't hear you.
I can't hear her either.
Yeah, I can't hear.
Now, I heard you then, so it maybe not
Can
be
you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Good
I hear
now.
you. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do.
She's doing that interdimensional thing.
She's probably had that experience too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I still get a little bit of feedback once in a while, and I just can't figure out where it's coming from. We use these headphones all the time when we practice music with Billy, and I've got another set, but I don't think it's the headphones. Don't give up on us, guys. We've got a good show. We just got to get the technical difficulties straightened out. Okay. Still getting feedback from me? See there, but after I speak, I hear a little something, but I hear you guys playing, so I don't think it's you. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and kind of get started. I had an idea for a show the other day where we have a little bit of Native American blood in us, and it's always been a part of our history too. So it's very interesting, and I thought, why not get more than one view from the Native Americans' perspective on Bigfoot and see how they compare and see where it goes. And we got the people, all these people y'all know, you've seen them on probably a lot more than you have me on shows. And Brenda, were you able to send a picture? You were going to send a picture? Can you hear me? Brenda? Do y'all hear me? Pyro, Ken?
I hear you.
Ken, do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Brenda, do you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to leave that other computer out there because I think she's trying to talk, and we're just going to use one. We'll just get on the same computer just a minute. Donna, shut it off and just come here and get on with me because it's not helping. Okay, sorry guys. We're going to just get on the same computer. This one's a big one anyway, and it's plenty big enough so you can help me watch the chat and everything. That TV. Okay, now can you hear me now? Are we got any feedback?
Nope, still sound good.
Okay. I think it may be the TV. The TV is way behind, like on. I think it may be the TV.
I can hear the TV now in the background, I think.
Well, she opened the door to come in, and
Yeah, it went away.
I'll just do the comments from here. All comments.
okay. Now let's try and see. There's something still in the background. I think it may be the TV in the living room. Hear it?
Yep.
But we'll go ahead and get started. I'm sorry. We apologize again. There's just technical difficulties. You can't do nothing much about them until you figure it out. What we're going to start with, Brenda's gone. Now Brenda's there and Pyro's there and Ken's gone. There, it moved. It moved you. It moved you. I'm sorry. The first question I asked y'all the other day, you get up here. The first question
I need some other things. I'm just going to have some comments.
The first question that I asked y'all the other day was, what your tribes actually felt they were, and the unusual things about them. Ken, you want to go first and kind of tell everybody? You're on top of my screen, so that way I can keep it straight.
Sure. What I have always heard and been taught is that. Have I got echo now?
It's when you talk, it's giving an echo, like
Giving an echo on your end?
Yeah, on my screen.
Has he got the? Which one's he watching? Is he watching his phone or the?
Are you on the phone or the computer?
Laptop.
Okay, he needs the volume off from his phone, off from his.
Yeah, turn your phone off. Turn your phone volume off.
It's off.
Okay. Has anybody else got their phone volume on? Something's still interfering, and I don't think it's here.
Could be just a signal or something too.
If you have your phone on and you're using a laptop or whatever.
I just have my phone on. Let me turn the volume down a little bit.
Okay. Are you using your phone, Pyro?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let's try that now. I'm not hearing it now. Okay, go ahead, Ken.
Okay. From what I have been told from elders and other people that I know, it's that they are spiritual beings, and they are interdimensional, which means they can go back and forth from the physical to the spiritual dimensions, and also that they can appear as other things as well. They can take different forms or shapes, and as well as be seen or be unseen, not be seen. And we're taught we need to respect them. But also at the same time, we're kind of told, kind of not to intrude, not to get too close, to allow them, to have their space, so to speak, and not to not to try to seek them out, or obviously not to try to harm one. So that's pretty much as far as what they are, what I've been told.
What about what is there a bad side that they talk about?
Well, I have heard stories, of them, basically the same as what you hear from anybody else as far as their behavior. that there have been some that showed bad behavior and then some did not. But I would not say that they are um, good. I'm just not of that opinion that they're good. I'm not of the opinion that they're going to do a whole lot as far as helping us. Although there are stories where they have people say that they have helped them. Um, Stories of like children being lost and then being taken care of by you know something strange or the way the child describes it or something like that, and not harm. But at the same time, there's also stories I know of them where they will take people and take women and children as well. So as far as my personal opinion is, um, how do you know? I mean, if there is a difference, and say you do have good ones, how would you know? Even if they act good or you have a good feeling, I don't really trust that we can go all the time on how we feel because of deception. And anybody, just like people can um, be really good to you and tell you everything you want to hear, compliment you, flatter you, and all of that. At the same time, they could be turn right around and stab you in the back, so to speak.
Sure.
True.
So, for that reason, I know there are people that have, you know, gotten close to them. They have circumstances where, they interact and gift and things like that. And um, I would not do that, especially not close to my home. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
But
everybody's warned everybody about that, I think.
it just goes back to that, having that healthy um, for them for their own territory. Um, if they were meant to be with us, I believe that they would be with us. I think there's a lot of reasons you have to look into their behavior, and since they are spiritual beings, which we are too, we have a spirit. Everything has a spirit. Um, but there is good and evil. Um, so we have to keep that in mind.
I probably missed this question here. Donna's in there and hadn't come back up with comments yet, but Sharon, it moved on me. Sharon 2950 asked, "What do you think they do with if they took people or whatever? Some of them, what do you think they do with them?"
Well, I'm not going to say that they eat people because you know,
Yeah.
obviously I've never seen anybody that's been taken, but I believe what the evidence speaks, the evidence that we know about, points to the fact that they are, um, even though they're spiritual beings, they're interdimensional. They're also um, have a human aspect about them, and through the DNA studies that have been done, if those studies are accurate, it shows that their maternal DNA is human, but then the nuclear DNA is unknown. There's not anything that shows up in the data bank for their DNA. So it's that unknown part, that's missing. So, that's a hybrid, or combination, or that's a hybrid being.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. I mean, we had the Native American tales about them incorporating them into their tribe and actually having children, and so I just wondered, so
For them to be, if they are truly hybrid, there would have to be a way for them to have children with humans.
yes, the DNA would have to be able to be compatible.
Right.
And, okay. Are you done, Ken, or you?
Yeah.
We're going to go back through. Pyro, you want to go next with the same kind of the questions?
I'll let Brenda go next.
Okay, go, Brenda.
I can't hear I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh, you can't hear anything?
Sherry, I can't hear you.
Y'all can hear me, can't you?
Yes.
Nothing.
Yep.
It must be on her side.
I don't know if it's on my end or.
Yeah, it's on your end.
Miss Brenda, can you hear me?
I can hear you two fine, but I just cannot hear Sherry.
Well,
I can hear Sherry on the TV. Everybody on the TV.
Whose TV's playing?
I'm turning mine back down, but it's off about 2 minutes from the live podcast here.
Are you watching the TV? Are you using a laptop and the TV, watching the TV? Or
my iPhone and the TV. I can turn the YouTube off on TV altogether.
Yeah,
I
think that's where it's coming from. Maybe if it's in the same room with you.
Let me turn it off here.
But I don't know about Brenda's. I don't know why she can't hear.
Okay, mine's off.
This again.
Try again.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a pecking there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I just can't hear Sherry.
Take your headphones off and unplug.
Say something, Sherry.
Can you hear me now?
I still can't
Did you
out what
turn
you're
your
saying.
volume? Did you turn your volume up on the computer? So she can hear you guys.
She can hear us, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear what you just said.
Yeah, Miss Brenda can hear us.
Ask her if she's got two things going.
It's just Sherry that I can't hear what she's saying. The gentleman, I'm sorry, the one in the front, say something.
You
Is
got
it
Pyro?
Brandon?
Hello.
Okay, so-
Yep, Brandon.
Okay, I can hear you. I just can't hear Sherry.
Okay.
But they can't.
Wow.
Ask her. Turn your volume on, Donna. I don't know.
It'll squeal.
Well, I was going to turn mine
Do you
on.
want me to log out of it? And
Yeah, log
try
out.
again?
Log out and come back in.
Yes. Okay.
I can just not. I'm talking to her and I know she can't hear me. We'll give her a minute.
Misty said to
There we
go
go.
to a big screen that they can't hardly see, so people's looking on their phones and stuff.
Let me see if I'm behind now. Mine's.
I had it on there, but I couldn't see the other stuff I needed
Right.
to do. Pictures and
And I
stuff.
don't need to be seen. I'm just back here doing this, okay? It's no big deal.
I don't have to be seen either.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Y'all are the guests. We'll give her just a minute to get back.
I think I need to be seen. Some people have been commenting lately. Pyro's he's a government plant.
Are you serious?
Commented on, they can't find me on the internet for some reason. There's no show. And the reason for that is my name is Pyro on there and Brandon Saloli on this. My real name is Brandon Squirrel. I'm from, Northeast Oklahoma. I'm Cherokee. But Facebook does not allow nicknames. It says when you put something on there, you can't put, fire starter or something, for possum or,
And they perceive the squirrel as a nickname and not your name.
Yes, so we went with our Cherokee name, Saloli, for squirrel. and so that my whole family has to do that. I don't know if they don't allow like deer and raccoon or
That's
what
crazy.
else. But so Elon doesn't approve of.
Pyro. I can't. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. When I made the screen see, now I can't say to bring Brenda in. This is crazy.
She's talking about down here. Somehow you did. Oh, sorry.
But I am a real person. I've been talking with most of y'all for 3 to 5 years now, and it's I've gotten to know a lot of folks, from all over, and talked with some, personally, and it's been an honor for me to get to know you all. And Brenda's back. Can you hear us, Brenda?
Yes, it is.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
You hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right.
We are.
All right.
It took us 30 minutes, but we're ready to go.
Sorry.
Scrap that first
Sorry,
30.
Yeah.
Sorry about
We're
that.
gonna
on my
have the night owl. We're gonna be the night owls podcast, whether we want to or not, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go any further, Ken, tell everybody that your tribe, because I specifically asked that so we'd get 3 different tribes and tell them what tribe you're with, the name of your tribe.
As far as my citizenship, I'm a citizen of the Porch Banda Creek Indians in Alabama, and we are the only fairly recognized tribe in the state of Alabama. But we are related to the Creek Nation in Oklahoma, and have distant relatives. We come from a lot of the same people, and I know some that are family out in Oklahoma, and I know I have a lot of friends in Oklahoma. Through the ceremonial grounds, going to the grounds, and also, meeting people at other places, because I've made a lot of trips to Oklahoma, put it that way, and so and I found through my ancestry and my DNA testing, I have found relatives and connected with cousins there. So,
Okay.
but that's my citizenship as far as the tribe. But I would like to say, just for the benefit of everybody that doesn't they're not familiar with the Creek Nation, is the Creek Nation historically consisted of a lot of tribes. It was not just one tribe, and a lot of those tribes had different languages and differences in their culture. And some of those languages are still spoken today. And I know that I have Natchez ancestors. Natchez were part of the Creek Nation. I have also have Alabama, and a lot of Alabama ancestry. And there were several Alabama tribes that were part of the Creek Nation as well. There were Yuchi, if anyone's heard of that. Yuchi, there were just, a lot. There were several. And also I have Chickasaw ancestry, as well as Cherokee and Catawba, and a whole lot that I probably don't know about. So there's a lot of any of the southeastern tribes. There's a lot of kinship, relationship. It's a lot of people married back and forth into different tribes, and then some entire clans were absorbed by other tribes as well. And be it through refugees, or being through conflict, and a lot of other situations there. But as far as how we identify, traditionally we identify through our clan, and so my clan is the Wing Clan, so I go by Wing Clan Ken. So in the Muskogee language, my clan is the Hodogolgi, and that's Wind Clan. So that's pretty much it as far as.
Okay. Wait, that's what we wanted to do. Just kind of touch
I'm
base.
I'm related to a lot of folks and a lot of different tribes. And the thing is, like back with your clan, our clans go through the mother. It comes through the women, not through the men. Like when two people get married today, you know, normally the wife takes the last name of the husband, and then their children will have the husband's name, and that the father's name gets passed down. But that's how it works as far as our clan, and that's our identity. Our identity is in our clan as far as our family. So traditionally, the people in your clan, like your mother's people, so if your mother had brothers, then your maternal uncles would have a lot to do with your upbringing and a lot of responsibility, and sometimes even more so than the father, sometimes. And one other thing that I wanted to mention about that too is a lot of tribes have some of the same clans. They're not all the same in every tribe, but there are some similarities in some tribes where you would have the same clan. So if it was another tribe somewhere that had Wind Clan, then you would be considered, as far as your clan, you would be considered part of a relative to them.
That was one of the questions we're going to add. So you covered all that pretty good. Now where did Pyro go? Brandon, you go ahead and take it.
Maybe he had a fire. Maybe he had a fire to put out.
Surely he did send me a text or something. He's going to have to leave. Brandon, you go ahead and just kind of, if you don't care, just to give us some information about like what you all think of they are, and the same kind of questions we ask Ken, if you don't mind, just kind of going through that like we did the other day on the phone. I spoke with all of these people the other day over the weekend, and really enjoyed it. Got a lot of backdoor information from everybody, and I mean, of course, I've talked to Ken and Pyro, but Brenda and I had never spoke with her, and I really enjoyed talking to her because she's got some spooky stuff that we'll get into later, hopefully. So go ahead, Brenda.
All right. Well, within the Navajo tribe, a lot of us, and a lot of them believe that these things are evil and they shouldn't be messed with. Shouldn't really be going out, looking for them. They may appear to be like friendly and all, but these things can turn on you very quickly. So we always have to be very careful. And we're just told that these things, you don't mess with these things. And they're up to no good, and they could hurt you, if you're not paying attention. And so a lot of the people, every tribe around the world, they believe differently, and everybody's everybody believes differently. And so everybody is I can't think of the word right now, but they have their own opinions. For me, my personal opinions, I believe that these things are evil. Like I said, we don't know enough about these things, only from what we hear or what others have experienced. The elders long time ago, the grandmas and grandpas, you just don't go near these things. You leave them alone. You leave them alone. That they won't bother you if you don't bother them. So a lot of people around our area, because of the things that they have gone through, a lot of them is not good. There's not one that I've heard that it's supposed to be friendly. And I just, there's another side of them that we don't know. They may appear to be nice and friendly, but there is a different side of them that, better watch out, because if we're not ready, we may be sorry. And so, for the tribe of Navajo people, they believe that these things are evil. Just stay away from them. Don't go chasing them. That's what a lot of them believe. As myself, I believe that they're up to no good. So I always tell the people out there, be careful. If one always wants to say, I want to see one, I want to see one, but you know what? It changes an individual when they see one, and they don't want to see one again. Sometimes some of them, these individuals, that the people, they have nightmares of them.
I think some people think they do, but they can't handle it when they do, like you're saying. Other people can deal with it, but everybody can't.
There's that saying that I always say, if God wants you to see one, if he thinks that you're ready, then maybe he'll let you see one. Mm-hmm. But, majority of them, they make fun, of people because they believe in this. But when they experience something, oh boy, does it change that individual. Like, I'll never make fun of anybody again. I mean, I'll come back to the story of why I say that. There's a lot of Native people that want to share the stories, that want to share their experience, but they're too scared because they don't want to be made fun of or, this and that, So a lot of them, they're real quiet about it. And so they keep it to themselves. But today, back in 2009, when we had a lot of activity that wasn't good here in our area, when I start talking about it, today, people are starting to talk about it. Like, hey, what can we do? This is where I came in and started sharing some stuff. And so I am glad that a lot of the people around in our area are talking about it. And hey, what can I do? This is something, I'll share here in a little bit, what I share with the people, what they can do, and that might help these things to stay away. But yeah, as far as what they are, I really believe that they're up to no good. They're evil. Like I said, there's another side of them that we all just don't know. We all need to be very, very careful out there, if we happen to be. If you want to go look for footprints or whatever, vocalizations, tree banks, whatever, be really careful out there because, it's there. And then you see it, then all of a sudden it disappears, Like the gentleman said, Ken, they can go from one place to another. Like, it's just like they disappear and then they reappear somewhere. Like in a, what do you call, what do you call those?
Portals.
Portals. There you go. We've had a portal behind our home, and the cameras can pick up what our eyes can't, and they say these things can go through those. At first, I didn't really quite believe it until we had set up a camera, and I couldn't believe what the camera picked up. To me, it was it a UFO just from the lights above it? Was it a portal? And we see the black images in front of this thing. Is that where these things are coming through? It's a good possibility. Anything's possible right now. Some of the things that we've picked up on camera. There's one that looks like a young one that pops up in front of the pool. To me, it looks like it boils up from the ground and then takes off running. And I'm like, okay, that is just crazy. What is this? That footage there's on my YouTube channel. It's under New Mexico Shadow Seekers. There's some videos on there if y'all want to check some of those out. And the one that I'm talking about is on the videos on that channel there. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, what are we dealing with? What are these things? And boy, we were shocked, so the people around there are like, whoa, I believe that because that is something not of human, Humans can't do that. So, but like I said, a lot of our tribe believe that these are evil things. Stay away from them. That's what we're told.
Pyro, you want to give us a little lowdown on your side, then we'll go back around with different questions.
Okay, yeah. That's pretty much what the Cherokees believe, that they are evil spirit or whatever. The Cherokees didn't really separate the spiritual world from the physical world. It was all, one and the same. But yeah, they had medicine men to protect us from this, and from the evil spirits and stuff, and people that feed them or gift them and stuff like that. I think they're messing with that, and and they shouldn't be. There may be some that are kind of like the watchers of old, that are kind of on the fence about being of God or being redeemed or not. Maybe they can still make that decision, but they are part of the original evil. We're told, and that it's that's something not to be trifled with. It's a very powerful thing. Once you start down that road too, and investigating it, you see it. It comes to you, and it's not always a pleasant experience. It's it does change you.
I want you to go on, but I don't know. Brandon, did you tell everybody the tribe that you're of?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm a full-blooded Navajo for the Navajo Nation. My clan is Bitterwater, born for the Salt People.
I didn't think we touched on that, so I wanted to jump in there to do that. Go ahead, Ken. Or shoot, Pyro.
Okay. What was the question? I'm sorry. No. It's
just continuing where you were doing. I just remember we didn't get her tribe, and I'm sure they would want to know. So, yeah,
I love hearing that.
Yeah,
I'm from the Western Band of the Cherokees in Oklahoma, in the 17 counties of northeast Oklahoma, from Kansas, almost to Texas there. Then the Choctaws, are south to the Texas border down, with us there. But all the nations were brought together, in Oklahoma that they removed, and we all had our own, spiritual ways and whatever and protections and some used the dark ways, the old ways, and it really stood out, and it was strong, and back 2 generations ago, here the last couple have lost it has lessened, but the original evil it is from is still just as powerful and can tempt people and cause them to do harm to others and choose the easy way, the wrong way, and they'll have to answer for that, in eternity,
Well, there are pleasures too. I mean, that was part of the whole downfall, the fallen angels and everything. It was what they wanted, the pleasures of life.
Yeah. And the greed of man, we may have been, some of them may have been friendly with us and traded with us and lived with us or whatever way back. But, they saw that man became so greedy and, they wanted more furs and more land and more money and, the root of all evil, just more, I heard the other day, Cain and Abel, there was only a third of the, 4 living, then, and 1 killed the other for what he had. So
didn't take long, did it?
No, it's been from the beginning, and it's just grown from that. So you have to make up your mind you're going to be a good person and not, fall to the dark side, and you're given this opportunity on this light, on this earth to have that decision, where you're going to end up. So.
What you just said, this is really awesome to hear from all of you that, about the fallen angels and stuff. There's a lot of people out there that want to hear anything of God. They
Yeah.
don't bring God into this Bigfoot stuff. Well, you know what? You're going to hear it. And if you don't like it, then get gone, because there's something, there's something to all of these things, and like I was telling Sherry, I said, you know what? I believe these things they're being held back for not to be, really attacking but of course they are attacking people these days now.
Some are, and
But
I think they're dealt with, very swiftly when that happens.
that's
And they're
right.
done away with.
When God says, okay, I'm letting you go, oh boy, you guys better be ready. All the people around the world better be ready, because you just don't know what's going to take place. And that's why I always say, be careful, leave these things alone. It's not what you guys think, especially when it comes to mind reading. Oh, no, that you should not do that. Don't mind read these things, don't let them play with your mind, because that's something that
They may not leave.
yeah,
They may
What will
not
go,
leave.
something that can go into your thoughts as a kid and
yeah,
use your grandmother's voice, or
it's
or something that happened, and play with you like that. That's not of God.
that's right. That's right. So, but that's all I want to say on that. I didn't mean to butt in there. Go ahead.
No, I like that too. That's
Okay.
kind of how I like this round table,
Yes.
discussion of
You
that.
got something to say? Just jump in. I mean,
I
You hear
I just
if you hear
want to say,
something,
I just want to say that I I think that all the three of us, even though we're from different tribes, I think our beliefs are very, very similar about these things. And there's been times, I've had to kind of pull myself back a little bit, because these things can become obsessive, and I don't. There's something about them that can draw you, and it can become like an obsession to where your thoughts, you're thinking about them all the time, or you're watching stuff about them all the time.
yeah.
Um,
I keep telling myself it's like know thy enemy, know how to
exactly.
defeat them or whatever. It's kind of what I
Yeah,
tell myself.
exactly.
There is
Yeah,
that curiosity too to want to see more, to learn more about it.
absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's part of the whole mystique about these things is there are various abilities that they have, that whether you consider it supernatural or whatever, um, these things have some they know medicine.
Yes.
They I believe that they can that they do practice medicine, and there is a very dark side to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Our medicine men used to say, they taught each other back in the day, each other's medicine. And when we were brought to
I've heard that
Oklahoma,
also.
when we were forced marched to Oklahoma on the Trail of Tears, they came with us, and as well as the little people, because if they didn't, but they would die, they would pass away, because we didn't believe in them, anymore. There was no one there to to keep that belief in them. But but I've also heard stories from medicine men where they've been shown where a certain medicine is by them appearing, in that area, and they thought the medicine was gone, or that that herb and plant was gone now, and they went to where they saw them, and there it was, and there was a Bigfoot had appeared there. So there's still some that help, I guess, but you know
well, we talked about kind of the same thing along that line with we'll get all this straightened out, y'all. I promise by the third time. We found out the feedback's coming from this other smaller laptop that Donna's watching the comments on, so I was going to put her on mine. We all talked about that, some of that when I called up y'all and talked to you, and everybody was so gracious. And okay, what we were talking about, it started out a little bit like that in the front, but do you think that they are going to have the choice also if they have the human blood in them to choose evil, to choose God? You know, what are your all thoughts on that?
Mm, I think for me would be they've already made that choice. You know, they've if you know they are the parts of the fallen angel. Well, you know they followed Satan and they made their choice to be with Satan. So therefore, they're done. That that's I could be totally wrong. That's what I believe. That they made that choice to be with the evil.
Do all three of you still remain on your reservations, or did you move off? Or
I'm still on the reservation. I moved on the reservation back in '86.
okay,
Yep, I'm still here in 17 counties of Cherokee Nation. So it's one of the largest, but except for the Navajo, I think is the largest there.
right. What about you, Mr. Ken?
I'm about 15 miles from my reservation,
Okay,
but
you're still in the general vicinity.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's just a question I thought the viewers might want to ask.
yeah. I've like I said, I've been here since '86, and probably back in in the '90s is actually no '86. A couple of years that I've been here, we've or I've kind of experienced some things. As the years went by, things started kind of escalating, but I really wouldn't say anything. And when I started sharing some of these things with my parents, they started really getting concerned, like, hey, maybe you should move off. You need to get away from that area, And I'm like, no, I have God in my heart, and God's been protecting us. And, I'm not going to let these things chase me out of here. I'm staying put. They were really concerned for my family and I. And, I'm like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying.
Okay, I've got a question. Someone made the comment a while ago, or everybody was kind of agreed with it, but about leaving them alone. That maybe we shouldn't even investigate them. But I know that Brenda has helps people a lot when they're having some really severe bad things on. She goes and helps them. What about you guys? Do you all get calls to kind of go check out things and see, if you can figure out what's going on and can help anybody if you need to?
No, ma'am. Nobody calls me, and I hope they don't.
Pyro.
No, the way our beliefs are, the firstborn in the family is the one with that's gifted with sights, and knowledge and stuff like that, of more spiritual ways, but and can be medicine people. My sister's very very strong in it, and can see stuff and know stuff, but I'm still just kind of learning, and getting everybody's stories and listening to everything I can, and just learning thy enemy, I think, but I think they can't. Some of them may be able to be redeemed. They weren't the original people that rebelled against God. They still have a soul and can make their own decisions. Whether or not they who they serve in the end. It's to that question earlier. About can they be saved or whatever. They still have the ability to make up their own mind on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what Brenda was bringing up. Like, that, and I felt, I told her how I felt about it, and it's not about me, but the differences in the opinion. See, that's the thing. That's part of it. We don't know that much about, or we don't. We know there are people who do know about them, probably everything basically, but we don't know that, how long they live, or I assume we don't. If somebody else knows better, please jump in. But if they are an average lifespan like humans, and they die, and they can they choose? I mean, like I don't feel God would hold them responsible for that bloodline of the Nephilim if if the human side is there too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That they should have that chance to choose God or to choose the devil. That's just my feelings. What do y'all think about that? Go ahead, Ken.
Go ahead. That's just what I was saying. They still have that option.
Yeah, I got that from what you were talking about just now, and I wanted to see what they think about it. So what do y'all think?
Well, one thing, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say from things I've learned about them, from people who have a whole lot more experience and a lot more encounters, and have known about and studied these things for a really, really long time. That there are a lot of different types of Bigfoot. They appear, some appear almost human, and that goes back to my belief is they can take different forms and they can change their appearance. But also, I think that depending on the amount of the human DNA, how much that Nephilim bloodline has washed out, they may, just have a little bit of that, but they may have more human DNA. But they're still a hybrid, they still have that. And so, the Nephilim were cursed. And so that curse carries down, But we also know that that man was cursed, and all the way back in the garden, we were cursed, because of sin, and so we were given boundaries, like man would have to work for his food, women would have to have the pain of childbirth, that's some of the teachings, from the Bible about that. So, but yeah, we were redeemed because God loved us and sent His Son for our redemption. However, we have to make that choice, and we know that the Bible says God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish, but have an everlasting life.
Yeah.
And the question is, He loved the world. Does that include them? Right. And the whosoever, does that include them along with us? There was a point in time, the children of Israel, once they left once Moses led them out of Egypt, they crossed the Red Sea, and then they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. And then God opened up the promised land for them to go into the promised land of Canaan. But the Nephilim were in Canaan, the giants, and in control. So they had to go in and conquer the Nephilim. And there were cases when there were entire cities where God told them to go in and to kill all the men, women, all the children, and all the animals. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I don't think any of those were redeemable. Those that were, that God told them to go and to kill, not to let even the animals live.
Yeah.
So at that point, that Nephilim was so strong that I don't believe that God would have told them to go kill them if these were innocent children, and you know what I'm saying. God doesn't do that. And a lot of people get confused when they read things like that in the Bible, when God says, go kill all the, kill even the children and kill the animals and everything. And they say, well, how can God be a God of love if he told them to do that? But those were not, they were not people, their bloodline had been polluted.
Yeah.
And the pollution of the bloodline, that is the whole battle between good and evil, going back to the garden, the very beginning, the seed war that went on. And the whole purpose was the head honcho of evil, Lucifer, which had fallen. His whole goal was to pollute that bloodline that led to Jesus. And so for his son, the Messiah, to come and not be polluted, that's why the flood came.
Yeah.
That's why Noah and his family were the only ones that were saved. And then they brought in 2 animals of every type. And, the Bible also says that, in the last days that it will be just as the days of Noah. So all the reason God destroyed with the flood was not just because of people living in rebellion, but it was also to preserve, to get rid of that corrupt bloodline. But yet we know that they are also, the Nephilim are also on the earth after the flood.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another question for people a whole lot smarter than me to answer. Is how that happened. I have theories, and I've studied a lot and read a lot, and I have my beliefs about that. But there's a lot. There's several different beliefs about how did they survive the flood? Did they hang on to the ark? Was the flood not worldwide, and they found some way to hide or some way to survive somewhere, or did it come through one of Noah's daughter-in-laws that the sons had married?
Mm-hmm.
And because
But we didn't get that answer.
yeah, so that's kind of what the important thing is that we know that they were on the earth after.
Yeah.
And back during those times, I don't think they were redeemable.
No.
They were cursed. They were not redeemable.
That's why they got wiped out, right? I mean,
Exactly. That's why
I mean,
God
if there
gave
had been a choice, I don't think God would have just automatically killed them all.
Exactly. But now, descendants today would possibly have a lot more human DNA, or some may. And that's a question that we don't know, that only God knows, is if they have a soul, they're redeemable.
Right.
But if they're not fully human, do they have a soul? Or do some of them have a soul and some don't? So the only answer I would give, in confidence, in faith, is that I know if they have a soul, they're redeemable. If they have no soul, I don't believe that they are.
Brenda, what's your input on all this part of it?
Well, I agree with Ken there. Really, it goes in the back of my mind as well. It's like, how did they survive the flood? How did they appear back on Earth? Those are questions that search the Bible, read it, study it. Answers are there. Yeah, I agree with what he had to say. If these things have a soul, I don't know. Do they? We don't know. We won't know until the end. Where when God comes, for all of us, where are they going to go? We know what's going to take place. I don't know. We won't know till the end. Like I say, when God comes back for us, then and only then will we have all the answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can y'all see that question Flat Rock asked? Flat Rock, I'm not really understanding what the 100. He said, I don't know if you can see it or not. It says, do any of you have a theory why the female Bigfoot is 100? 100
pounds, 100.
What is that? What are you asking, Flat Rock? 100 what?
Can you clarify that, buddy?
Yes, please. We'll try to get you an answer.
That's my cuz too.
Yeah, he said he's gonna call you tonight. 100% DNA.
Oh, he's talking about like when they did the DNA test and stuff, which basically I think that's what we were talking about. We're saying that they're not just, some of them aren't 100%. They had human DNA, and in the last study that was done.
Thanks, Flat Rock. That was a good question.
If we answer, Pyro, you want to jump in on that?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Well,
they know for sure that the female is 100% human.
What's her name? Ketchum. What's her first name?
Melba.
Melba. Yeah, when they did that big study, and they actually got DNA, and it showed that that there was human DNA in there. It's not 100% Bigfoot.
Oh yes, yeah.
And I think we all knew at least one or two people that were on that panel, and the woman lost her job over it and everything, and still stood behind it. So, that right there tells us the path that we're on has to be the right path of what we're thinking.
Yeah, right? Cover up.
Yeah, just cover up. And why would? Okay, here we go deeper. Ken, did you want to say something?
I was giving a thumbs up to the next to the comment by Hillary.
And if that's true,
I agree with that. I agree with that also. What Hillary said.
Why are they covering it up? Why do you think they're covering it up? Your opinion. I don't put nobody on the spot.
Why are they covering up? Why it's like has human to it? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, why are they? If when she came out, did you see all that study stuff on it, Brenda? The DNA.
Yeah, I was actually one of those that sent in a DNA. I don't way back when was it? Back in 2009, I believe that when you first did that study, where that actually happened in our next field at my husband's and uncle's place, where we took DNA samples out of their blood, hair, and I believe a piece of skin that I retrieved from this pipe incident. And the results came back non-human. They said, and then when they did another test on, I believe on the skin, had, I believe, some human features to it. And so I think all of them might have some humans to it, some DNA in it, but more of a, I can say more, maybe a little bit of human, but more of whatever this creature is. A Nephilim, possibly. Could be a demonic being. These things can change into whatever they want, really. Yeah. So, it's really, we can't just say, hey, yeah, it's a Nephilim. There's a little more to it than what we can all say, put out there. where if it's a part of a Nephilim, where did they get the DNA for a Nephilim?
Well, they actually
You
showed
know?
a picture of the one that they got, and she did look a lot more human, like the most of the Bigfoot I saw. Remember when I was watching, they showed a picture, just a flash picture of, not a really good picture, but of her head that they got, and I think she was blonde and colored, and um, that was my question. What happened? I mean, do you? I wonder what happened to that Bigfoot after they got that DNA. You know, I don't think they had her captured. They just were getting close enough to her to get samples. You know,
Yeah.
and but I just wondered what happened. But what's it?
So what you want?
Yeah, Flat Rock said, he said, basically what I'm trying to say is there human DNA in female? Shouldn't there be human DNA in the male Bigfoots? Personally,
There
I
is.
think, yeah.
I believe.
There is. I understand what he's asking now. Yes, there's
Yeah.
it's the maternal DNA, which is mitochondrial DNA.
Yes.
There you go.
That type of DNA, it goes back to the very beginning. It was a human woman in the very beginning.
Yep.
So
There you go.
any Bigfoot, whether it's a male or female that's tested, are going to show that it goes back to the very first mother was human.
Yeah.
It's the father's DNA that goes back to an unknown.
Yes.
So
So
it
that,
doesn't matter as far as the sex of a Bigfoot; they're going to have the same DNA.
Yeah.
The same type of DNA, and it goes back to the first mother. Like we say, Adam and Eve. Their Eve was a woman, a human woman. Their Adam is an unknown species.
Mhm.
Or
Pyro,
that's what that study concluded.
Yeah.
Brenda, Pyro, any input?
I agree with that. That's well said.
Go with
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
You just you're just
Yeah.
chicking out, Pyro.
Short and simple. Totally agree with that. You know, I mean, you nailed that one. That's I agree with that. Yeah. It starts with the woman, you know.
Down
I mean, if these Bigfoot have been around since the beginning of time, wouldn't that make them pure blood? We don't know that they were here at the big. Somebody else. This is not my show. Somebody else answer that. If these Bigfoot were have been around since the beginning of time, wouldn't that make them a pure bloodline, like a shark, to where they never had to evolve?
the sharks stay within their own species, don't they?
Yeah.
And these, as we,
But they're talking about the
Bigfoot
original
stuff, they weren't.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We don't know that there were Bigfoot in the beginning. That's the thing.
Yes.
But what, somebody else
The
answered.
Nephilim.
Yes, that's my
Okay.
belief.
The Nephilim, that was when fallen angels chose to disobey God. They were forbidden, and they knew they were not supposed to go there. But yet they were attracted and lusted after human women, and they had the desire to take human women as their wives and to somehow procreate. We don't know if the Bible doesn't say if it was, and through regular sexual reproduction, or if it's some kind of other ability that these fallen angels had. But regardless, they did take human women. They desired human women and took them as wives and were able to reproduce with human women. And they had offspring.
Mhm.
Now, that could not have happened before humans were created.
I'm trying to find it to hide it.
So when humans were created in the Garden of Eden, the angels, the fallen angels, had not come down yet, because there would not have been any daughters of man for them to procreate with.
Also, we are. This is our opinion of our study, that we feel that's what they are. You know, you got to remember that too. I mean,
Right.
Brenda, you want to take it from there, and your Powell take a that same question. Their question, like, or asking a question, not a question, but we didn't have Bigfoot originally in the first of the Bible. They're not mentioned or anything, and they're not mentioned by that, of course, later on. But we start seeing people, you know, that are covered with hair, and then just like Kim was talking about, you know, when God had, you know, sent down the destruction and to try to clean them out. And then the Bible says there were Nephilim in those days and afterwards, so they got back somehow. That's the one that we really don't, I think most of us don't understand. Am I correct?
Well, you know, like Ken said, you go back to research in the Bible, where he had brought up the Nephilim. Where did they come from all of a sudden after what happened to Adam and Eve in the garden? And you got to go back to when Satan wanted to be God.
Mm-hmm.
He got proud. He wanted to be like God, and God said no. That's when Satan rebelled and was kicked out of heaven. Now, along with Satan, he took with him some angels.
Yes.
Okay, fallen angels. So, therefore, when they got kicked out of heaven, and he took some of the angels with him, and they ended up in hell. You know, that's where that's where the Nephilims, that's where they came from when they fall. You know, God kicked them out of heaven, and again they made with the women on earth, and that's where it all began.
Yes. But we know that he destroyed everything except Noah's family. And so, like you said, it had to come. I mean, we don't know that either, but we assume that someone there had the DNA and it started again, because they were the only people left on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But that part gets really confusing anyway. I mean, because of the reproduction, and you know, who did they reproduce with, except family?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there was no one else there, it's. And I think, and I never dispute the Bible, but also there are some things in our Bible compared to the whole Hebrew Bible that I have to say it's possible that we didn't get put into ours. I don't know that, and I'm not disputing anything that's in there, but you know what I'm saying? But because there's so much corruption and everything, who had their hands in there and didn't made sure, and I shouldn't say this, and I please don't take this wrong, because I don't mean this toward everybody, but the Catholic Church, that's another scary thing to start studying.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm not gonna say anything, but if you're curious about it, go to studying that part of it, and that will start answering some more questions for you.
I have something to say. Anybody, if you have questions, that's great. But just if you have a question, make sure you put it in caps so I can catch it quicker. I'm sorry if I miss anything.
It's hard to read them all.
Sorry.
So, anybody want to comment on that? Pyro, you've been quiet for a while. You say something.
Pyro, quiet?
Yeah.
I think the Bible, it's been heavily edited. You know, there were many more books in the Bible, and you know, it's been whittled down over time to you know, put the narrative out. You know, I think the world is, you know, this world is, you know, is the evil ones, and you know, he has, you know, he roams about looking for, you know, who he can devour still. So, I mean, I think it's, you know, we were waiting for, you know, the Savior to come back, and that's you know, that's going to be the end of it then, you know. But I think everything in this world is a temptation, and you know, it's just, we have to, you know, weed through it. they say work out your own salvation with with fear and trembling. So I kind of follow that best I can. Is all I know. I'm a simple guy. I just believe the things I do. Just, and hear from others. A lot. I make up my own mind about it. And that's why I like talking to everybody and listen to their stories and stuff.
I think like Pyro said, I think it's very interesting. He mentioned how the Bible says that Satan goes about as a roaring lion,
Mhm.
And then you have the Bigfoot that they have this horrific roar that is heard sometimes. They have other vocalizations as well, but it also says that Satan and demonic forces, they can appear as angels of light.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a roaring lion, you've got an angel of light. They're both evil, and they're both out to get you.
Mhm.
So that right there shows you the deception and the ability to deceive. And in these last days, there's going to be great deception, and the Bible says that even the elect of God could be deceived if it were possible.
Mhm.
We'll go to some of the pictures.
Yeah, Randy, you want to say anything on that before I start looking at pulling up pictures?
Oh no, no.
Now this is where it's going to get tricky again, probably. I had to take some amount in order to get, because there's only like 7 or 10 spots where you can put things in to present, and I may have to pull them up. I don't think on here. Who's that? Who was that adding? I don't see the name there. Okay. Okay, give me just a minute and I'll pull up one here. I did. Brenda, did you send yours by phone or email or what?
Phone.
Phone? Okay. Go on there and see if you can find her phone, because you sent them right before the show, didn't you? So they should be pretty close. Give me a second. I'll have to go in because I couldn't put them all on here. I had to take them out to get all the guests in. Image about.
Yeah, he was talking about the lion's roar. I've been roared at twice, growing up. Like I listened to Greg's stories because he described it the best. Is what I heard, and that's the kind of the reason I traveled across the country to hear him directly or talk with him and stuff. And it's just
I guess Pyro, I guess that Greg is probably been the most influential person about these things with the knowledge he has, because he has dealt with so much and been through so much, as far as people that I know personally or have met personally so far.
They're not open.
Because he will tell you really quick that he will not trust them. He does not go out doing calls or doing audio. He doesn't do any of that.
Yeah.
And which I don't blame him.
Doesn't blow the demon horn no more.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Because when we were out, messing around the creek as youngsters there, where I grew up, the one hollered at us, and it didn't have to. We didn't know it was there. We weren't bothering it. We were just kids, and it hollered from 40 feet away probably, and just so loud it just shook it, to where you couldn't see. Just the leaves turned to green blur, for several seconds, and it let us go. We rode like the devil was after us, but it's thinking about it now, it didn't have to do that. It didn't. We were just innocent. Just 8 and 10 years old. 3 of us. Then the second time we'd been messing around with a gun out in the woods. Just trying to get a hornet's nest out of a tree and ran out of shells, so we were going back to the house, to get more. And we walked up on a couple of them, I believe, because they talked to each other for a few seconds. It sounded like, an animal talking Cherokee really, really fast. And then did the roar again, or the scream, beller, yell, holler, whatever you call it, but the T-Rex roar, So, and we were 15 then, just half a mile from where we heard the other time, but it's a life-changing event. It's sure
I got
go
some.
the other way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I've got 3 pulled up here. Brenda, did you send them by email or just by text?
Just by text.
You're not showing up.
Let's see here. Let me see.
You may have to try to send them again because we're under your name and they're not pulling up. I'll pull up some of these of Brandon's right now while she's trying to get yours from you, okay? And he can tell us about that. I'm probably going to let you run. I got to see here. I may have to.
Had to plug in my phone earlier.
Okay, yeah, that's good. You put it on in the middle where it's a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've seen this one before. You shared that one with me when we did a show before. And I don't know if everybody's seen it or not.
Yeah. Some people say it's a dirt dauber, but
no. You couldn't see a dirt dauber's legs on a snapshot.
Yeah. I almost see a native's hair or head, the back of the front of it going away from you. The top part there, the first ball you see is almost like a person's head, when they have a hair in a ponytail or something, and then it's that's what I see, a spirit or like a shapeshifter of some sort, not perfecting the transformation, is, but because the ladies whose house this was taken out of was having very, bad problems in their house, having, items moved and, and voices and, very demonic type, stuff go on when their camera centered this, and it was kind of, I don't know, like laughing at her or letting her see it show itself that, what it was there. Right. Is kind of the feeling she got, from it.
You can see the knees on it and where the foot turns, the thigh part of it, and then it goes up to the chest and the head, and you can see its wings fluttering. Y'all see that, the brown, like where the wings are fluttering back and forth from the...
Wow.
Yeah. Some people call them,
fairies.
Fae or fairies or something. But
Brenda, didn't you have some experience with these things?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you have some experience with these things?
Yeah, I back in 2000, I think it was 10. We had something that was coming around and killing sheep. And I had left a camera, set up a camera at down the ways from us. This lady came over to the chapter house looking for me, and they finally got a hold of me. And I went over there to chapter house, and this lady she was in tears, this grandma, because this thing killed several of her sheep and goats, and she thought it was a Bigfoot. And she literally asked me if you can kill it because it's killing my sheep. And so I went to her place to go look and see what was going on. And what I had found around her corral was the lot of like deep scratches. And I didn't find no Bigfoot footprint. So we had set up some cameras in. I'm sorry, I could not find this picture, and it's a camera. We had set it up in an area just below her home, or I think it was on the side of her home, where there's a lot of trees and stuff. And in this picture, something triggers a camera to go off. You set up cameras and you move, and it'll take pictures right away. Well, what that camera picked up is, to me, it was bright, very, what do you call it? Had like a really bright light to it, and the image, to me, it looked like one of those fairies. It was really bright, and I was like, "Holy cow!" So when I zoomed it in, I'm like, "Wow, is this what's killing the sheep?" And how it killed whatever this thing is, how it killed the sheep was it like poked a hole in the neck and drained all the blood out, and it did like a surgical puncture on the side of its body of the sheep, probably about like that big of a slit maybe, and all the insides, like the stomach and some of the organs, were hanging out, the intestines, but none of those were ruptured or anything. This thing, it just sucked out all the blood. So when the camera went off and it picked up this image, what looks like like I said, like a fairy, kind of similar to what the picture that he showed there, but only this one had, it was like real bright, like a white, bright light. And when you see it in the sky, it's flying. So I'm like, is this what is killing the sheep around here? I don't know. That was the only thing that the camera had picked up. Well, not only that, it did pick up a lot of orbs as well too. And then when I had zoomed in on one of the orbs, you could see a face in one of these orbs, and the face kind of looked almost like a lion's face. I don't know how else to explain it, but when I blew it up, I'm like, holy cow, that's a face. What in the world? I'm like, well, whatever that is there, and that thing flying there is what killed, the sheep. But like I said, all it did was, the grandma was thinking that it was a Bigfoot. I'm like, no, this is not a Bigfoot kill. This is something else. Because usually when a Bigfoot kills an animal, they take and shred this thing. They'll shred the animal, and and they'll eat the whole thing, or they'll eat. A lot of times, a lot of these things will eat the organs. You got the liver, the heart, which is a lot of nutrients for them. They eat all of that stuff, breaking bones and all. But what happened to the sheep? Whatever it was, anyway, it just sucked out all the blood.
But what you saw on the camera shots you got did resemble this. That
it looks, because of the wings and all. But like I said, this one here is like taken like during the daytime. What I picked up on what the camera picked up at night. This was at night. What the camera picked up was this thing was like white, bright light to it, and it had that image of. To me, it looks like a fairy. Right. I sure wish I could have found that picture and to show you that picture, and I just could not find that picture.
Well, when you told me about that story, the other day, and then I had seen this picture of Brandon's. He brought it on the show we did before, and I didn't put two and two together till I just opened it up after you told me that story, that they might be related.
Mm-hmm. Could be. Good possibility. You just don't know.
That's pretty interesting. Okay,
I'm gonna see if I can find it while we're still talking.
Okay. Brandon, what was this one?
That's just a face that was found in the border between Arkansas and Oklahoma by a guy just down the road from here. And it was like 15 foot under the ground on a creek bank. and it's just something. It's volcanic rock. The lady, I forget her name now, from out in California, that was the geologist that studied it or identified it and said it was from. It's like Aztec from like from the Mexico area or whatever, the volcanic rock that's made from. And how it got in Oklahoma, that far underground, is the mystery. But the thing there, you can see that's on the tailgate of a truck. The whole thing weighs maybe 3-4 pounds. You can pick it up, and it's not fake. It's volcanic rock. But
So it's a lot weight.
Yeah, it should. If it was a rock from here, it would weigh, 100 pounds easy. The size of the thing.
When I first looked at it, does it not look like it has two faces, one at the top and one at the bottom, or is that just me?
I see a mouth, a nose, 2 eyes, and then a line like a bridge or whatever.
Up on
Maybe
top.
like a line.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I couldn't tell. Oh, I guess that's the nose holes there.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. What's that in the center right there, though?
That's the nose bridge.
Yeah, a big nose, big old nose. I don't know if it's a Bigfoot or like a statue for one, or
well,
what.
I saw it yesterday, and then I guess I was overthinking it today. Because that's the first thing I saw yesterday, and then I saw, it was like something different. Okay, hold on a second. Boy, I'm so proud I'm getting these pictures up. Y'all have no idea. Go ahead. Now, are these orbs?
That may be what they are. They're definitely light anomalies on the ground.
Well, do you all see the faces in them? We do.
It's almost a mirror picture of itself. I'm not sure. If you zoom in on them, they look different. You can actually see the little specks on there. I don't know if it's light on my phone, if that's what a pixel looks like when it's illuminated or what. But there's little bitty tiny dots in them. If you
we see the dots, but we see we see dots, and we see 2 eyes and like a nose and a mouth down at the bottom.
Yeah,
I don't know that I can zoom in. Or you probably can, but I don't know. That's above my experience. I'm showing the pictures. That's her Brenda's pictures, isn't it? Oh, okay. Brenda's sending pictures here. It's coming through now. But that was I don't know how to zoom in on these, because it puts that picture right in the. I don't know what you all are seeing. It puts that picture right in the center of our picture. Yeah. And I can't. I don't know how to pull it out. I'll check on it the next time though.
Yeah, and these were on our stomp ground area. Up on our hill there where we have our stomp grounds, and out there in the background when we took a picture of it, of the brush arbors and stuff in the fire.
All three of them. Yeah. I'm gonna have Donna send the three that come through for
if I can
to my email so we can see those from out there. Give me just a second, because like I said, I can't put but so many things. I have to remove some things.
Back of the car.
I have to remove some things before I can put any other pictures up. So give me a minute. I'm working on it.
Maybe you can delete those, and then the ones you've shown, and you can.
Yeah, it's just going to take me a minute to do it. So you have to give me just a second to get them done. I'm just tickled to death that it's working. And I'll go back and get the others I had to take out. Did we still got everybody? Yeah. Okay. I showed the green orbs, the rock, the fairy. Is that the only ones that you sent me?
I sent about 3 with the lights around the deer feeder.
Here's one. Here's something.
And the beam of light coming down.
Okay, yeah. I've got them in here in my memory, but I just have to pull them up one at a time. Okay, that's like a. Is that what is that one right there? Can you see it?
I don't see it.
Okay, I did something wrong. Wait a minute. I know I didn't. I didn't put it in the. Okay, I got it. I have to open up the image from there before it'll show up. Okay. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I can't add but so. Let me go ahead and add one more while I'm in there doing that and save some time. Okay, I'll do these two. Okay, now I can put it up on the screen. Add session. Okay, can you see it now?
Yep. That's one of the first anomalies in that area. My buddy dozed an area to put a food plot out, and when he did, this showed up here a few nights later, and you can see it illuminates behind it. Whatever it is, there it's a. Somebody said it's a portal starting to open, or an orb itself, or just a spirit light, or spook light or something coming. But I try to replicate that with water and shining through a flashlight through a bottle of water, and putting some stuff on the lens like a piece of rice, and seeing if the flash illuminated it, and took several different things trying to replicate it, and I can't get it to do what that is.
So you tried to debunk it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But this area in Oklahoma, it's the first area that had a settlement in it before, way before statehood. The Presbyterian Church came over and started a church in this area, and when there was like no one here. So it's one of the oldest settled areas in Oklahoma. But he disturbed the earth there, and these lights show up now, and there's like 4 or 5 different forms of them.
G, let me answer this lady for it goes away and I can't see it. G, I think it's G Kim and 565. These are all pictures from our guests. They're not just pulled offline. I just happened to see that, and I want to let them know that they're not just stuff we found, that they're actual pictures y'all took. And Ken, Brenda, if y'all see something that you want to comment on when you see it, please jump in if you've seen anything like that or got pictures of it or something, okay? I got to add Ken back to the stage. Sorry, Ken, I didn't see you come back in.
That's okay.
Did you hear me? About if you've seen anything like these things that he's showing
on the podcast.
Heard that here?
Yeah, fixing to come over.
I missed that. What is that?
Oh, they're coming right at it.
Yeah. Loud.
Oh, I thought I didn't look at that video, but it's too live. Hold on a second.
I'll give y'all a show here in a second. It's going to be loud, though.
Oh, okay.
Live action.
We'll leave it up then.
Can you see the sunset?
That's what I call it. Uh-oh, they're on to it.
I really heard it now. Hillary said.
It is weird that stuff happens like that when you're trying to do a show,
I've never seen those before. They're Scorpion something. I don't know. They're Navy helicopters. There's never any around here like that I've seen.
I have to download what Brenda sent before I can put them up. So I'm gonna see what else we got.
Well, we're going on almost 2 hours too. We may have to, because we've not got to hear some of their stories.
Could y'all come back next week and let me get time to get these pictures loaded and stuff, because we've been on almost 2 hours, and it's going to take me a while. I have to download these from the phone before I can put them up. Some of you possibly.
We'd like to hear your encounters and stuff.
We want to. There's so much to go through, and yay, nay, or can you, or can't you?
Yeah.
Would you?
I can try. Like I said, it's
iffy
with me, but
your work.
Well, if it's in a week or two,
Yeah, we can't even wait a couple weeks. That'd be better. And have y'all
No.
come back?
Miss Sherry,
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes.
I come back anytime for you, Miss Sherry.
I just say Pyro. He does it more than you do. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I knew it would be a long show because listen, when I called Brenda, is she still on here?
Yep, she's on there.
You're not.
Oh.
When I talked to Brenda, we barely got started, and we'd been on there for 2 hours, Brenda. I think.
And we know y'all have some interesting encounters.
Something. I can hear it, but I can't. Brenda, are you there? I can hear you trying to talk, but I'm not hearing you. Wait a minute.
Yeah, my screen's changed. I don't see Ken or Brenda or you all anymore.
Well, that's why I was trying to get that.
I can see you.
Okay, you can hear me now? Okay. Could you all possibly come back either like next week or the next week and us continue?
Can you hear me?
No, we can. Can you hear us?
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay. Tell her that.
I hear you.
Why is nobody hearing us?
Okay.
Yeah, we're here. I'm hearing you too, Sherry.
But are Ken and Brenda hear me?
I can hear you.
Brenda, can you hear me?
Must be something on her line, her end.
Miss Brenda, can you hear me, Miss Brenda?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. It's just y'all that she can't hear.
Okay.
Sherry.
Tell her that
she can hear us, but she can't hear you.
Well,
okay.
You translate. Ask her if could you all come back like either next weekend or the next.
I don't know if it's my end or.
I think it is. Yes, I can't get. I know what it is.
Miss Brenda, she wanted me to ask you if you could come back next week or possibly the next to continue.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. If you just send me the date and the time again, I can do that, and I can send you pictures. Give me time to send you some more pictures, different pictures.
Yes. Let's do week after next to not tie you all. Because Brandon, are you on call next week?
Okay, I can't hear what she said. What did she say?
Yeah, on Sundays and Tuesdays.
Okay. Okay, Sundays are not
days.
good. She can't hear me for some reason.
Yeah.
Ken, what about
a Sunday would be good.
Okay, but
that's fine. That's fine with me. Like I said.
Okay, next week or the next?
What does everybody in chat think?
Either one.
Either one.
As far as I know.
Okay. Yeah. Let's try for next week at the same time, and we'll get the show stuff. And if you got any more pictures and stuff, send them to me and let me load them. And Brenda, you especially, because I know you got a bunch more too. And I didn't even get through yours. I didn't get through some of the Brandon's either. But I know how to work them and everything now. And hopefully we won't have the same problem to begin with. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, Pam.
Does that work for everybody?
We don't want to hold everybody on too long.
And
what is she saying?
She's saying we're going to shoot for next Sunday, Miss Brenda.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm sorry. I can't hear what she's saying.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We'll get it figured out.
We appreciate all.
Yeah, I apologize for not shooting out those pictures. We were filming. I was with a production company all last week, and we finished up finally last night. This one was thrown in at the last minute, and that's why I didn't get the pictures out right away like I wanted to. I've been busy all week with that, so
we understand.
Well, I'll have next week for sure.
Thank you, Terry.
She understands.
We will, everybody. We will shoot for the next week, and we won't go. We'll continue on with. I knew it'd be a long show, and they have other obligations too on Sunday too. Pyro's on call for where he works and everything too, but we will continue. Y'all stay on stage after the show ends, please, for just a minute.
Stay backstage.
Backstage, please. Can translate.
She said she wants us to stay in backstage after she ends it for a few minutes. Miss Brenda.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all stay on.
Okay.
Everybody in chat, we appreciate y'all so much, and we love you. And
we knew this was going to be a
yeah.
long show, and we've not got into their encounters and stuff, and we really want y'all to hear those too. So that's why we're going to make it a part 2.
And we're still learning the system too, so
Yeah.
I'm making mistakes, but I'm tickled I could just bring it up. But we love you, and we will see y'all later. And
God bless.
yes,
And don't forget about the outro.
yes. Last week I didn't get to play the outro, so I'm gonna y'all stay on in there, and we'll see y'all next week. Thank you again. Bye.
See y'all.
Kadam Chihitafi.
Bye.
Bye.
It's supposed to be done set, Donna. They're backstage.
Are we clear?
No, just a minute.
You want us to sing a song?
No, I've got one to play, but it's not showing up. It acts like that. Where's the outro video? Give me a second. There we go.
I'll give y'all a picture of the sunset to look at.
Party.
That's nice.
Little bit of beep, 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 beep. That's a monster meter. I'm a southern Appalachian Sasquatch seeker. Looking in a cave, looking in a hollow, looking on a mountain, looking in the water. Little bit of beep, 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 beep. That's a muncher meter. I'm a southern Appalachian Sasquatch seeker. We're going seeking, gonna see what we can find, gonna look high and low and around, and maybe we'll find just what we're looking for. It don't matter if it's night or day, rain or shine, we won't stop till we find just what we're looking for. Some say they might be the devil, others say they're the masters of the woods. Well, I don't know and I don't care, but I'll tell you this, I know the real. When we hear that howl as it's coming closer, and we feel the thunder of the steps, will we look it face to face, or will we just run? Some say they might be the devil, others say they're the masters of the woods. Well, I don't know and I don't care, but I'll tell you this, I know they're real. When we hear that howl as it's coming closer, and we feel the thunder of the steps, will we look it face to face, or will we just run?